Hi, I'm Fred.
And I'm Mary.
And
we are the EdelKampers.
EdelKampers.
Today we are going to explore James Monroe's birthplace. We're going to be looking at some teachable moments. James Monroe was our 5th president. At the front entrance where you come in, you will find a replica of the United States Washington, D.C. monument. You also have benches here to relax and rest if you so choose, and a little path that takes you up to some plaques that talks about James Monroe and his life on this 500-acre farm before he became our president. Also, it speaks about the Northern Neck and how it has produced not only George Washington, but James Monroe, James Madison, and so much history. You'll also see Old Glory flying here. So here's Monroe's home. He lived here until he was about 16 years of age, at what point he joined or went into William and Mary College. He didn't stay there long before he joined the Army and fought in the Revolutionary War. Now this is a visitor center. Inside of it, there looks to be some maps, maybe some bust of the presidents. However, they're only open on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 4.
The park is open all year round. There's never a limit as to when you can come or how long you can stay or what you can do while you're here.
On this pathway, which is fascinating, it used to actually be someplace you could drive in the 50s, so you could tour this by car, but they've changed it into a pathway that is very easy to walk, not very long, and you can come upon James Monroe's timeline. This is 1776. So if you can see all the way down to the end of this pathway is a timeline, and at every cornerstone there is the year, and it has a lot of information for you to read, but I'll just tell you the main points of that year, and if you like it, you'll come back and you'll visit the area. And what is really cool too about this area is that there are stations, and at every station there is a barcode, and you can scan that barcode and it will tell you more about James Monroe and that period of his life and the timeline. So here's 1776, and it was full of revolutionary idealists. In 1782 it says, "Service to the Commonwealth. Our country be likened to a new house. We lack many things, but we possess the most precious of all, liberty." It also has more dates that reflect James Monroe's accomplishments. So this is a great place if you're homeschooling, or if you just love history and you just want to learn more, or perhaps if you just want to take a little nature walk. Great place to come visit. Doesn't take a lot of time. You can stay here as long as you like and bring a lunch. So we're coming upon 1794. Another bullet point in James Monroe's life. At this point, he was commissioned Minister of France by President George Washington, and he became our statesman at home and abroad. Again, a lot of information, just a wealth of information. I mean, what a way, instead of putting this with paper and pencil, but to take your child up through the timeline of James Monroe and the history of Northern Virginia. Very interactive. And this was the era of good feelings. In 1816, James Monroe was elected our 5th president. Before that, we're coming up onto the next year in our timeline and history of James Monroe. And that time is 1823. In 1823, we are coming upon the Monroe Doctrine. Now it's time to cross the bridge. Let's see what is on the other side. Again, if you're not into crowds like in Washington, D.C., still want a little bit of that history of our presidents. A great place, James Monroe's birthplace. So it looks like this comes to the end of the timeline as we are coming upon 1831. And all the information that you take in is James Monroe's legacy as you go through this timeline with him. There's so much to learn and do. I just shared some of the bullet points with you. I hope you will come and visit this if you stay in the area. And 8:31 at Journey's End.
Well, I don't know about you, but I learned a lot about James Monroe in this video.
I hope you enjoyed it. We were talking about teachable moments, and teachable moments are usually spontaneous moments in time where your child is eager and ready to learn something and you notice that, so you teach them. We can also try to create or make teachable moments when we go to places, museums, or even James Monroe's timeline. One of the things I want you to take with you is learning to create a timeline. It's very important in helping you to process and navigate through history.
Well, I think you can see in this video, there was an excellent example of a timeline where they go through James Monroe's life as you walk down that path.
So we know that if you tell a child something, they usually forget it. If you teach a child something, then they might remember it. But if you involve your child in what you're doing, then they learn it. So take them through a timeline, let them know how to create one or help them create one, and then let them make their own about themselves.
Speaking about timelines, we'll be back again next week, so stay tuned for another video. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it. If you'd like, you could even subscribe. And if you hate this video, you should like and subscribe to it. If you've got any comments about what we did good or what we did bad, perhaps you have a few examples of teachable moments yourself where, miraculously, this kid just was sucking up everything that you could spout out. Happens to me all the time, right, Mary?
Oh, absolutely, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you would like to see certain things, put them in the comments and we might be able to take you there with us. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
On the road. Bye. Bye.
You want to try that again?
No, not really.